All right, we're live. I'm talking while muted. We're gonna doom scroll some Hillary Clinton stuff since they're testifying again. If I can change the title, would be great. Reacting to Clinton stories, etc. While yep. Let's see. All right, title change. Here we go. But Zuka Loop. Whoa, there it is. All right, we're live. Let's get it. We're on the radio. Let's crank this up just a little bit. Share the stream. It's on the website. Let's go. Doom scrolling. Let's start with Facebook this time. I feel it. I feel like there's something on Facebook. It keeps refreshing, so we're probably gonna miss it. I don't know. Guys ain't gonna miss trees, huh? Cutting down their cashew poles. We need to start 3413. Shout out to K Podge. I think we've been in some lives together. She's come and watched mine. I've watched hers on TikTok before we got removed. I think I got banned way before her though. I went extreme. So maybe that kind of got her to look into this stuff. So yeah, I don't know. But I crashed out because people got tired of the NPC response. Oh my God. Like literally everybody knows what's going on. There's still people out here. Oh my God. There's the original patent. Huh. Good vibes. We might have to like be a sponsor with that Amanitas. Oh no, probably not. That's crazy. No. Dang, Representative Nancy Mace introduced the death penalty for child rapist act. Authorized death penalty for okay, so aggravated sexual abuse of a minor and abusive sexual contact offenses against children. Will this be enforced on the politicians? On the Epstein files? Hmm. I'll also amend the Uniform Code of Military Justice to authorize death penalty for the rape of a child. No excuse. Hmm. Why people won't stop destroying flock surveillance cameras? ICE. Oh, that's crazy. I thought I was following them. Anti-surveillance activists are taking matters into their own hands, smashing flock cameras wherever they pop up in a new city. Because it's Israel. It's the Jews. We should have come with that real fast. Because it's the Jews. Whatever you do, don't point a high-power laser into its camera lens and try its chip. That would be. Nobody's saying that, like, wonder how strong the laser have to be so I don't do it by mistake. If it can burn cardboard, ooh, I'm advocating. I mean, I'm not advocating people. This is a tyranny. This is a foreign nation spying on us. We're occupied by a foreign nation. Hell yeah, this needs to be done. I'm not advocating for it. Destruction of property here. All about common law. It is somebody's property, but it is technically, deserves it because it's being used to assert the rights of the American people on behalf of the Jewish spies that run this country. Hold on, we gotta find. I thought we got this camera fixed. Uh-oh, see? It's black screen. A virus. What is going on? Yep, got a black screen. Task manager won't even come on. AI stuff's probably put a virus on. Inside keeps hacking my stuff. What's going on? Whoa! Whoa! Give me the start menu. Give me the screen. I got no screen. Just got to see a little window of this fucking bullshit over here. See? It keeps going off. Eh. We're live on YouTube. Well, computer's froze. Not giving me nothing. Quit. Hmm. Do it again. All I'm doing is changing the camera, and the screen's going black. Look, see? There it goes again when I clicked it. Alt, delete. It's part of the program. I've always messed with the camera. It's gotta work. Hang on, guys. We'll be right back. The YouTube shit's working. Hack by Mossad. My DJ Dyko shit is going fucking viral right now. Or hack by Mossad. So give me a second. let's see what happens. Fuck is going on here? No, hackers don't do that. That's exactly what hackers do. That is exactly what oh my god, all or nothing, dude. It's exactly what hackers do. So Chat GPT. Oh my god. Back to what we was talking about. Yeah, everybody get a high-powered Alibaba, AliExpress, DHK, whatever laser. If it can kind of burn the skin, burn cardboard, go put it in these flock cameras. Fry their chips. Autistic man in crisis. Here, Oklahoma Gaslight. Fatally shot after family calls TPD for help. You gotta get some local stuff in it first. Family members and Tulsa neighbors gathered Wednesday evening, 51st Street and Sheridan Road, holding handmade signs and demanding answers, days after a 33-year-old autistic man was fatally shot by Tulsa police during a mental health crisis response. On February 8th, officers responded around 4:30 p.m. to a report of a man with a gun near the same intersection. Authorities identified the man as Michael Glunt. Billy said the officer attempted to make contact and fired after Glunt pointed a revolver at the officer. Officers provided medical aid until emergency personnel arrived. Not likely, but anyway, Glunt was pronounced dead at the scene. Officer involved was placed on administrative leave. Family members say they contacted police to alert them that Glunt was in crisis and he gained access to a firearm. Soon after they got worms. I'm just gonna cut off right now. What makes people act like that? What makes people gay? What makes people different? It's worms, and they put it in your head that you gotta be different. So it's whatever. Do a detox. So I'm acting like that. But anyway, soon after TPD arrived on scene, officers fatally shot him. Michael Sistrick, Carmen Glunt, wrote in a GoFundMe statement that Michael was on the autism spectrum, lived with PTSD, and had struggled with his mental health for years despite medication. PTSD from what? Adjustments and therapy. Relatives have questioned, I can't say from what, it could be bad doctor. Questioned whether the situation was handled in mental health emergency, have called for the release of body worn and dash camera footage. Carmen, sorry, it's Carmen, not Cameron. Carmen Glunt said she is not seeking to or blame anyone, but is asking for full transparency so an incident like this does not happen to another person going through a mental health crisis. And they're protesting with signs. Here's Fort Gibson. Apparently a lot of corruption going on over there. I think one that they're going to have a hard time doing. Tulsa County, Oklahoma City, they got some spots. But I think I heard Edmond's getting wild.
Do you think?
Police, but let's see what Fort Gibson's got going on.
So, do you think that the investigation via Rob Frazier, the chief of police here in Fort Gibson, do you think that he has handled this investigation properly? Like, do you sense that there's just something off?
I definitely sense some off things. One of my biggest concerns when she was hit, and was one of the first questions I asked them when I came in, was it the individual that had chased my daughter into Harps? Because a couple months prior to her passing, she had been chased on foot. She was on foot. This man was in his vehicle. He was yelling out his window at her, telling her to come to his truck, and she got scared. So she took off running, and she ran into the Harps grocery store here in Fort Gibson. And she got into the store and thought she was safe, and then saw him walk into the building.
In that incident, what kind of pickup truck was it? Does she remember? Did she remember or tell you?
I think it was a gray car.
Yeah, it was like a silverish gray car. However, the man chased her in there, and then she realized he was in there. She ran to the bathroom for safety. She went to the girls' bathroom thinking that, surely he won't follow me here. And she stayed in there for quite some time. And when she came out, he was waiting right outside the bathroom door for her.
Again, Aaron Farrell was murdered on the streets of Fort Gibson. I have a series of videos I'm going to be releasing over the next few months. Let you hear from her mother, Amber Jackson herself. I want to display the lack of professionalism with Chief Rob Frazier and what he's put his family through. Legal child is hard enough. I can imagine a pain a parent goes through, but for a chief of police to make promises that he had no intentions of filing or filling will only compound the pain. Rob Frazier has no sympathy or even empathy for Amber Jackson and her family. So here we go.
Her. She screamed to the top of her lungs in fear, and one of the employees came and ran over to assess the situation. The man ran out of the building, got into his car, and sped away. The police told me at that point, Officer Bean was the one that brought her home. She was nearly in tears. She was very concerned for Eden's safety. She said that, judging by the way things went down, that he'd probably been watching her walking past for quite some time, and that she should not be walking alone. And she did not after that. She never walked alone after that incident.
So the Fort Gibson Police Department actually had a report on that then?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But they never gave me any information on it. And even after she passed, when I asked, what happened with that situation, and was it that man that could have possibly hit my child, they said, no, we know it's not him. We've already looked into him. So that tells me that they pursued the investigation, but never told me as a mom anything. Never gave me a way to go put a victim's protective order out or do anything to protect my child from this man. So this man is still walking the streets and could be doing this to other people's children right now. They never would tell me the name of this man either, which leads me to believe that he is probably part of the good old boys clan.
Do you think that happens here in Fort Gibson? Do you think there's...
Oh, yes, quite often. Anyone who's lived here, I've only lived here for 3 years. If I can see it, I'm sure most people do.
So there's definitely a two-tier justice system here.
Oh, absolutely. It's who you know. It's who you're connected with.
How does Rob Frazier fit into that?
I mean, we just saw how that worked with those children that got hit at the school recently. I mean, if you're in his group, if you're part of that good old boys clan, then you're safe from whatever you do. And I believe that's why they're not releasing this man's name or information from the Harps incident, because I believe he is connected.
Have you asked for that name?
I did, and they would never tell.
We're showing this as evidence that this Clinton
So do you think
behavior is locally here where I'm at and everywhere.
That the investigation via Rob Frazier, the chief of police here in Fort Gibson, do you think that he has handled this investigation properly? Like, do you sense that there's just something off?
I definitely sense some off things. One of my biggest concerns when she was hit, and was one of the first questions I asked them when I came in,
That Bill Gates' apology clearly sounded like a lie. Well, now it's looking more like it here as we got a big headline and someone made it like a, wow, maybe it is a magazine. But Bill Gates has disappeared after admitting he had an affair with a Russian woman or women and apologized. Canceled his speech, no more interviewed, sold his $137 million home. How can you live in a big home? Like, nigga is a weirdo mad scientist. Needs to live in a, he should be dead. Maybe a trailer park. But damn, this comes after his interview where he said, where many said he lied about his dealings with Epstein. He also canceled his keynote for the AI Impact Summit. His wife's, which I think she's lying too, said, "Oh, well, I'm glad to be away from all of that." All of what? So you know what that is. Like, stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna tell me you weren't Oprah? It was the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And every time they make a charity or a foundation, it's always trafficking kids. There's some of the groups here against Israel, by the way. Oh, shit. I was probably supposed to answer questions. This is the police awakening. Again, the police is a group one of many groups of police officers that are awake to the national movement, the law of the land, common law, sovereignty, their oath that a lot of these de facto officers under the de facto officer doctrine at the court level and at the sheriff and police level um, don't have. Like your court officers. There's Look, IRS fear point letters. We're federal income. Oh, let's get that one too. The largest income tax strike. If you're not filing exempt on your W-4, W-9, whatever, they've expanded the exempt part because it includes everybody. It's voluntary. We can all file exempt. People have been doing it for years while we laughed at them and been getting away with it, beating it in court. Now we're all together. All right, this is what you do. I'm telling everybody, as long as you tell everybody, and we all start doing this and we all help each other and stop making it exclusive. Oh, yeah, you got to pay. Like, I get some people can charge and I get maybe paying for it, but at this point, most of it's public online. Let's get it. Let's just beat these people. There we go. 6 planets, whatever. Light up the sky February 28th in a rare planetary parade, which is a couple days. Saturday. What are the people that claim to get dismissals? Some claim to always halfway stop the encroachment of your right to travel, regulate you and your automobile. I can't find any case law in my state that supports that. Washington State has taken a criminal out of not having a driver's license. There's a civil matter, which means no trial. I've been searching for years on a reliable defense and thought I found it, yet similar cases were shot down with similar arguments. States always cite public safety for their reason, to regulate our rights. And they also cite that we're in some kind of emergency all the time. We're in another state of emergency because these wildfires that we orchestrated, or whatever it is. Who here is successfully beating their case? Well, not me yet. They them dismissed. They don't want their wins on record. The thing about case law, they don't release the winners, how they won publicly. They haven't done that very much at all in recent years. It would have to be a private entity investigating the details. Get the facts on IRS USA, but well, it's almost public. Like we have sheriffs claiming they're in every county versus Joseph Bannister case. Independent folks investigated that. It's completely legitimate. I don't know Washington law, not even a little bit. But I do know that the Supreme Court is original and final jurisdiction in all cases that are criminal. Say it's now civil, but the state can't contract with a private person anyway. Gotta stop saying citizen. They're a corporation. I think UCC would be a remedy used for this one. Sorry, I couldn't help any more than that. Of course. There's some other shit, but anyway, they start repeating what they've heard, but no answers. China stated Israel must be disarmed and that the world should unite against Israel to prevent a third world war. This we'll put that on the website maybe. I haven't been putting anything on there for months. So I'm sorry. Am I right? So Epstein justice is now anti-Semitic. Well, I told y'all it's their culture, and you guys still trying to. No, you're gonna regret the words you're saying. You're going to hell. No, I'm not. You're defending rapists. A rapist religion. I don't know what this is, but a homie, good friend here.
Tired, bro.
That's the chemtrails, bro.
The who?
They poisoning the skies. The fake sky.
Nah, I just ain't get no sleep last night for real.
CERN, bro. CERN. They opening portals and shifting timelines to favor their outcome, but the collective is awakening. We waking up.
What? No, wait, never mind. I'm finna go get something to eat. I'll be right
Don't. I don't eat no more, bro. Soylent Green, brother. Look it up. They putting people in the food. Yeah. There are more fast food establishments than cows. Where are they getting the beef, bro? from people.
The fuck are you talking about, man?
Of course. MK Ultra. Your pineal gland is still closed, bro. Stop watching TV. Get off your phone. They are using it to control you.
Who's they?
The lizard people. They live down in hollow earth. The center of the earth is not a hot, molten core. It's a world below ours, inhabited by the shadow government who actually run the world.
The fuck is happening? Bro, you crazy. Crazy.
Nah. What's crazy is gay people don't actually exist.
I actually believe it.
Yeah. They were created by the CIA to distribute HIV throughout the black communities.
I'm leaving.
Me too. After the Anunnaki come and rids all the evil of this world, I'm returning back to my star in the ocean, or as you call it, space.
Bye.
Bring me back some hot Cheetos.
That was good. If I paid taxes, I would be in prison. If I filed a W-9, I'd be committing a felony, this person says. That's Brandon Joe Williams. I didn't see that. Under 18 U.S.C. 911. If I filed a 1040, I'd be committing a felony under 18 U.S.C. 912. Largest tax strike. It's almost time. Billy Hubbard. Here we go. What's he got to say? It's getting ridiculous.
Debris. Let me tell you something. About sick and tired of it. One of my buddies has to have an inhaler to breathe and shit, and he says that bitch cost him $300, and sometimes he can't afford that, right? But wait, he has the option to finance it. He can finance the ability to breathe. What the fuck? But there's people out there that can go buy a Percocet 30 for $8 on the street, just walking around not able to breathe, high as a motherfucker. You see this shit right here? You see that? $7. $7. Let me tell you something. Next time I go to Walmart and they try to tell me that my 6 grocery items cost $72, I'm pulling my pants down, I'm shitting on the fucking floor. My buddy Tuck Ford said it best when he said it's about cheaper these days just stay up high as fuck on dope for 3 days and not eat, rather than go to the grocery store. And then when you start to get ahead in life, you know, start to make a little bit of money, the IRS is like, what the fuck do you mean you gotta take more? Because I make it more. They don't make a goddamn bit of sense. If one day you make $100 and I take $6 from you when you're not looking, just out of your pocket, and then the next day you make $1,000 and I take $60, I'm still a goddamn thief no matter how you look at it, motherfucker. And then they say stupid shit like, well, it goes to the public. It's for the public spending. All right, well, then I should have a say in that. And I know I don't, because there's not a fucking racetrack in Clay County or Laurel County, so I know for a fucking fact they haven't listened to a word I've said. I'm starting to think that all these people went to jail for tax fraud and tax evasion probably just couldn't fucking count. So if you ever see me go to jail for that shit, just assume that I'm a stupid son of a bitch, because I still don't know what the fuck they're talking about. What do you mean that if I go to the grocery store and buy a bundle of bananas, that's a tax write-off? If it's a tax write-off, why are you taxing me for buying the fucking bananas? I want to get too worked up and have a heart attack or anything. I hear that dying is expensive these days. At least $9,000. You know, what the fuck? Let me tell you something. About sick and tired of it. One of my
I know even the Kentucky hillbillies, who I thought lived off the land and stayed up for days on dope, they're getting tired of it. Shit, bro. $300. He can finance the right to breathe. What the fuck? Fuck. I've been saying here in my other channel, you see DJ Dyko right there on YouTube stream, that before we moved it over here, that yeah, we've showed the clips where they brag about it. They have centers you can go buy a body and put your soul in a body, and they're like vacuum sealed. I go vacuum sealed and I got You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's real. But Epstein, they searched in the file. Body double reveals that allegedly he had 3 containers of body double and 1 fast-drying body double made for him that could involve the mold. So some of these, he can replace his soul and make this thing go live and look like him and act like him. And he'll go to jail, not ever having a life before, starting from then as this point with the memory. Oh my God. I don't even know. It sounds like a movie shit. But it's just some real shit. And we're talking about it because nobody's talking about it. We're going all the way in. We're going in, yeah. This shit is real. I thought that was in the wrong spot. It's Delta 8 symbol. I don't know. We'll get it centered. It maybe. So we can get it. Damn, cuz. Body doubles. I admitted that the government pretty much admitted he wasn't done. He was swapped. This could be like prisoners might start over and live a good life after this. Either way, you could free them and have the, or at least, hey, you want a good job? You want to make some real money? Right? Just give them a damn thing on their leg. Let them, you know what I'm saying? And let them go after these pedophiles. Oh, wait. Prisoners are doing it too. Uh-oh, Tweaker tried to rob this guy.
This tweaker tried to rob me.
Hey man, you got $1 I can get?
Man, I really ain't got shit.
You got $1?
Hell no.
Let me get some change, man. I know you got something. I just want to get a cigarette, man. Come on.
No, I wish I did.
Man, come on, man. You got this fucking truck, man. You tell me you ain't got no money?
Nah. Really.
Well, just do me one fucking favor, then. Can you do me a fucking one favor? Can you just do me one favor?
Yeah, I got you.
Just stream Terrace Hilton Stick 66.
This tweaker tried to rob me.
Am I under arrest?
Yeah, you failed to identify. Are you going to identify yourself, yes or no?
I'm still asking what crime have I committed.
All right, told you, you're being suspicious. I've got suspicious behavior that you're doing, so at the very least, you have to identify yourself. Are you going to continue not to identify yourself?
Texas Penal Code 3802 says I can choose to identify myself.
Is that a yes or no?
Detained. And if I'm under arrest, then I have to identify.
Okay, well, you're under arrest.
So I'm under arrest.
Are you going to identify yourself, yes or no?
What am I under arrest for?
Are you going to identify yourself, yes or no?
I'm just asking, what am I under arrest for?
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. This video is going to cover the event that led up to this particular incident here that put $10,000 into my pocket, along with 2 sergeants being demoted. And we're also going to cover my experience in jail, which is very interesting, so stay tuned for that. My sole purpose of going to Galveston was to take B-roll footage of the police station and also take video of the Galveston Fallen Officer Monument to confirm if there was a certain black detective that was left off. This information came from the Officer Down Memorial page, and the detective name is Charles Burrell. Detective Charles Burrell was in a restaurant at the corner of 28th and Church Street when 2 men approached him from behind. One of the men shot Detective Burrell in the neck, the bullet ranging upward through his jaw and lodging into his head. Both men were quickly captured and the weapon was recovered. Detective Burrell was taken to a local hospital where he was able to identify one of his assailants. The investigation into the shooting revealed that Detective Burrell, an African American, have been working to wipe out cocaine dealing in the segregated areas of Galveston. He had arrested his 2 assailants, both Caucasian males, several times in the recent past for drug dealing. Detective Burrell died from his wounds 1 week later on July 30th, 1914. Galveston's Fallen Officer Monument pretty much recognizes those who have died in the line of duty since 1873. So why was Detective Charles Burrell left off? I received this tip from a Reddit user and went to Galveston to investigate. I took some B-roll footage of the police station, and as I made my way to the fallen officer monument, I was detained by former Archie Chapman for suspicious activity. You're not going to identify yourself? No. Okay, go ahead and put your hands behind your back.
Not to come over here because we're going to go.
Put your hands behind your back.
Can I put this down? I just don't want to drop it. I just want to put it down.
It's fine.
Okay.
I should put it right here. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to turn off your recording, okay?
Is there a reason why you turning it off?
Well, you're going to go to jail. And so, do you want to leave it running while you're in jail?
Yeah.
You want to leave it running the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put this in the back of the unit, okay? Do you have anything that's going to stick or poke me?
No. Am I under arrest?
Yeah, you failed to identify. Are you going to identify yourself, yes or no?
I'm still asking what crime have I committed.
All right, told you. You're being suspicious. You're videotaping people's license plates.
I'm not videotaping.
Okay? Because of that, I've got suspicious behavior that you're doing. So at the very least, you have to identify yourself. Are you going to continue not to identify yourself?
Texas Penal Code 3802 says I can choose to identify myself.
Is that a yes or no?
Detained. And if I'm under arrest, then I have to identify
Okay, well, you're under arrest.
So I'm under arrest.
Are you going to identify yourself, yes or no?
What am I under arrest for?
Are you going to identify yourself, yes or no?
I'm just asking, what am I under arrest for?
All right, well, listen, I'm going to turn this off. All right, because I'm not going to waste your battery or anything like that.
It's okay. It's 6 hours battery.
It's documented.
Yes, fine.
It's documented. I'm turning it off. I, Sergeant Chapman, is turning off your video camera. Okay?
Yeah, with you.
What's that?
Buddy over here.
At this point, I was unlawfully arrested and charged with failure to ID. Shortly after I was arrested, I was then taken to the Galveston County Intake Center, which happens to be part of the same building I was recording. I was then escorted by Archie Chapman into the intake center and was placed in a holding area. While waiting in the intake area, I was approached by Archie Chapman and former supervisor Gilbert Villarreal. They were pressing me for ID, and I still would not give it to them. I asked over and over again, what was I being charged with? They both said failure to ID. In the back of my mind, I knew that the failure to ID is a secondary charge in this particular situation. After they both realized that I was not going to provide my ID, they both left to attend to other matters. Later on, I saw Archie Chapman with my video camera looking through the contents.
Well, this is what they do to intimidate you. They go through your stuff, they try to delete everything, and they'll threaten you with weapons and throw you around on the ground, which they've done to me. All because of failure to ID and saying, you're and repeating the statement that this is a retaliation arrest. It's not a lawful arrest. You're not telling me a crime. Infraction's not a crime. Your lack of understanding of law semantics, is a crime that you're punishing me for my rights. You're converting my rights and liberties into a crime, which you know what a right and a liberty. Legal definition. Same thing is what we think it is. I need to find the actual word.
And saying, hey, this guy went to other PDs. We need to figure out who he is. I did confirm with the DA later on that Archie Chapman did not have a warrant to go through my camera, and he also did not have my consent, which made this a blatant violation of my Fourth Amendment right. After denying several requests and demands for my ID, they then gave up and booked me and my property under the name John Doe. This made the supervisor of the jail very upset. So upset that they didn't give me any food to eat that night. Somehow, some way, he took my keys and left with Archie Chapman and another deputy to go find my vehicle using the keep fob. And after they found my vehicle, they went inside and searched it and found my ID as shown in the dash cam footage. When they arrived back to the jail, they then showed me my ID while I was in the middle of being booked in and said, this is what happens when you question authority, as he was referencing my bumper sticker on the side of my car. The sheriff deputies rebooked me under my real name and then took me behind these doors and placed me into the holding cell that had a better view of where the sheriff deputies were working behind his desk and answering the phones. I was in the holding cell with a handful of detainees who began to share why they were arrested, which ranged from aggravated assault, some had warrants, jaywalking, and failure to ID. Well, the failure to ID grabbed my attention, and I asked the guy, wait a minute, why were you charged with failure to ID?
They ruled that jaywalking's a money thing that was developed by the auto industry to get more cars on the road. So you get arrested for that now? I understand, get out of the way. There's a crosswalk over there. Have a good day. You get arrested for that? We've all seen cases like still getting arrested or 2 to 5 over speeding. All this weird failure to signal. They can arrest you just because they don't like you. Step out the car. Obstruction of justice. You said something I didn't like. Impeding an investigation. Well, the law says I don't have to help you with your investigation. What they do to me, it's a Quake County. So enjoy the lawsuit. Sorry, I haven't got a mail order in the mail to pull up nowhere, but enjoy the lawsuit. This is crazy, but let's see what these other ones failed to ID. And watch how that's all they're charged with. They come up with anything. Oh yeah, if there's not a real crime, just give them failure to ID or obstruction or something. We'll find something, eh, buddy? How many times you've heard a cop say that?
Have my attention, and I asked the guy, wait a minute, why were you charged with failure to ID? He told me that he had warrants and that he lied about his identification. And I said, oh man, that sucks. And then that same guy asked me why I was there. And I told him, yeah, I was there for the same thing, failure to ID. And someone said, let me guess, you got warrants too? I said, no, I didn't have any warrants. I just didn't give my ID over to the officer. Well, everybody just started staring at me and they were like, what? All you have to do is just give your ID. You don't have warrants and you wouldn't be here in the first place. Like, that's stupid. Why would you do that? Some of the detainees said I would definitely be going to county and that the magistrate there has a certain reputation. That's when I began to talk about the failure to ID law and tried to explain to them when and when it does not apply. And before I knew it, I had my very own master class explaining how the Texas ID law works. A few of the detainees were very interested and began to ask me questions, and which I responded with the appropriate answers. And in the end, I concluded that some of these guys just really didn't know their rights at all. While the discussions about the Fourth Amendment continued inside the holding cell, there was a whole new monster brewing outside the cell. I kept hearing sheriff deputies walk by saying, who is this guy? Where did he come from? They keep calling about this guy. Well, it turns out that I had a few associates and a few subs calling into the jail on my behalf.
Look, we're tired of it. And the people even that aren't getting arrested all the time by way of policing for profit are standing up and deliberately triggering, or not even that. He wanted B footage for something else to honor, possibly a memorial, whatever. But the thing is, they're triggered and they'll throw you into jail for any reason and they'll make up any red herring if they can find it to try to make it seem like they're threatened. You're looking at people's vehicles, our safety, public safety. Let's see, obstruction, public safety, all this different stuff. They're claiming public safety violations, but nobody's violating public safety. When you're in the public, you consent and risk to be damaged by the public or looked at by the public. And until they damage your shit, you can't do nothing about it. It's the plain view doctrine. Anything we can see, anything they can see in the plain view. It's both ways. Any bystander that goes out in the public, there is no expectation of privacy when you're outside walking the street in the public. You're you're consenting to be B-roll footage to this guy's shit. He's enforcing what seems to be one of the most important statutes, even though statutes aren't law, but it supports an old common law right that we don't have to give the Fifth Amendment, the right to remain silent. Don't have to say or do anything you say or give or do could be used against you. So that means I don't have to give anything. I don't have to ID. And that penal code that he provided, the penis code, penal codes aren't laws either, but supports that. So you go by these codes because that's what they train you. But even these codes, these unconstitutional codes that support what we're saying, you still want to act like they don't exist. And you even book this guy under the name John Doe. So you got the idea. I don't know how many times they did that with me. They do this. They leave you sitting in the lobby. all night even. No food. They threaten you. Just give the ID, or this is what we do. Every time I don't ID, they have to force my fingerprints and hold me because I want the force under duress on camera. The law is very clear. The case law is very clear. It's illegal to fingerprint, ID, and all this stuff until I'm convicted. Or until that I'm right. If I'm convicted on a murder charge, or if I'm being arrested for murder, and they need to verify prints, but failure to ID, no license, no tag, that's not a murder charge, folks. You don't need my fingerprints updated. That's surveillance. And guess who gets all these fingerprints? Guess who runs the. Let's just hang on a second. Who owns the fingerprinting machines at county jail? We know Israel teaches them everything and provides them all this equipment to do this type of stuff, right? And it trains the department, state, local, county, whatever, had to treat us like Palestinians. Maker of fingerprint for police booking. Damn, I don't care that they own the individual ones, like buying it as like I own a car. Lionscapes, we got a few companies. Let's look at this one. ID. A French. Where's the wiki? $18.93. Of course, France. France got weird jewelry like stuff going on too. Again, Macron and Candace. So, France. I don't know what the deal is with France yet, but France. I've seen and heard some stuff, but I don't know. And then we got this one. See who this guy is. The latest CEO. Come on. That looks like French or something to me, right? There it is. My wife and my two boys. Let's see what he is. Nope, can't see it. I just wanted to hear what it said. Whatever. I think I have a LinkedIn, but I'm not. I was just curious, you know. Come on. Okay, so like, so the French founded this stuff. Why are you working with the Jews? There's something to do with the French, though. Either that. So I thought she was diverting to the French. Like she got the call. Oh, Candace. Back to this guy's clip. I know it's not the
Behalf
best
to make
time.
sure that I was
I'm
okay.
looking for it.
And that didn't sit well with the sheriff deputies. They began to make fun of me on my behalf to make sure that I was okay. And that didn't sit well with the sheriff deputies. They began to make fun of me and mock me. And then one of these sheriff deputies moved me to a different cell because they didn't want my master class affecting their detainees. In that holding cell was another individual who was drunk and belligerent the whole night, yelling at the officers and cussing at them, and pretty much kept me up all night. But eventually, that individual went to sleep, and I finally went to sleep myself. Morning came, and a sheriff deputy walked by all the cells to make sure everybody was awake because the magistrate was coming. The magistrate came and sat behind a desk, which was visible from all the cells. One by one, the sheriff deputies would let us out by the cells, and we would sit down on these concrete benches, and we would wait for the magistrate to call our names up. Once our name was called, we would appear before the desk in front of the magistrate, where he would read the probable cause affidavit and determine if we were going to be sent to county or given a bond. Once they called my name, I got up and started to approach the desk. At that point, the area got entirely quiet, so quiet that you could probably hear a pin drop. Some of the sheriff deputies began to talk amongst themselves, saying, "Hey, this is the guy that kept calling about. Who is this guy?" And as I looked off to the side, I could see that the night shift supervisor, Gilbert Villarreal, was still there, and he had this smirk on his face, shaking his head, probably thinking, you're going to get what you deserve. After the magistrate read the probable cause affidavit, he then asked me why I didn't identify myself when the officer requested. I then replied saying, under Texas ID law, I'm not required to. The only requirements for me to identify is if I'm being lawfully arrested. If I'm being lawfully detained or a witness, I just can't lie about my identity. I also mentioned that the probable cause affidavit didn't mention any alleged crime or violation. And the magistrate says, you do know that the law changes every 2 years. And I responded by saying, well, if the law hasn't changed in the last 6 months, then it's still the same. The magistrate agreed with me and granted me a $500 personal bond. I then turned around and purposely looked at Gilbert Villarreal, who was red in the face and fuming, which was very satisfying to see. And just like that, I walked out as a free man with a court date to return at a later time. I was then contacted by KHOU 11 News to do an interview in which I will link that article in the description box below. In that article, Michael Gray is a spokesperson for Galveston, and he said his arrest wasn't a direct result of his photography, Gray said. He was arrested for failure to identify. He was arrested because he would not produce identification, and the legality of that is going to be determined through a Galveston Police Department internal investigation. I thought the courts determined that. Turner said he didn't identify himself because Texas law doesn't require a citizen to offer his name unless he's under arrest, a point confirmed by KHOU legal analyst. Texas has a statute that says very clearly you don't
For the bootlickers whose heads are spinning right now, just give an ID. He wasn't initially under arrest for anything. It's a secondary charge. For example, a crime, meaning murder, like we said earlier. We believe you murdered this guy right here in front of you, which didn't exist, didn't happen, a scenario I made up just now. Now you have to give your name. He can't lie about his name. And the law changes every 2 years. So we got that record now. The judge said that. Well, if the law changes every 2 years, then what are we doing? The law can't change every 2 years. The law was established. The fact that it changes every 2 years should wake y'all up to the people that run this country, the Jews that change everything. All these judges and courts and foster parents using Talmudic law, CPS, everything, claiming Jewish exemption, that these aren't crimes for them, but they're crimes for us. And, they can rape kids, but we can't just refuse to ID under the Fifth Amendment. Again, sheriffs everywhere are getting pissed. Because they love the tie and beating people around in jail and throwing them over here. We're done with it. And most of the sheriff himself, he knows what's going on, so he hides. He comes when he's needed and he hides around. He don't let the people in jail see him. He got goons for that. You know? How about being a man, sheriff in Austin or wherever, Houston? Um, Galveston. How about the sheriffs here in our county, Sequoia County, Muskogee County, the cops? Because it's like y'all keep acting like that, keep getting charged, and the cities have to stop for a while because of a big investigation to see if it's all of them, and then they go, oh, well, so are y'all all doing this Talmudic rituals? How are y'all getting away with it? You keep doing business as usual until another person's caught doing it again later on, and he gets one-on-one instead of like, clearly it's all of y'all guys with your own little Epstein thing going on around here. Come on, folks. You're booking people, you're policing for profit that didn't do nothing wrong because you don't want to go after real crime and crime is down. And you're generating revenue. A lot of counties 10 to 20,000 in revenue. Like, come on, folks. Plus, it's higher than that in some places. Oh, and you guys have no authority. Chevron's gone. You can't do it. We got to go back to the established common law. So you're going to see a lot more of this, especially as you guys get mad and have an ego and emotional reaction and try to threaten them and scare them to back down. You stood on business. We're all standing on business. We're going to die for this shit because you guys are usurping our rights under the color of law with color of title, under the de facto officer doctrine. Let's get it.
Have to identify yourself to a police officer until and unless.
Let's see. Am I under arrest?
For Galveston, and he said his arrest wasn't a direct result of his photography. Grace said he was arrested for failure to identify. He was arrested because he would not produce identification, and the legality of that is going to be determined through a Galveston Police Department internal investigation. I thought the courts determined that. Turner said he didn't identify himself because Texas law doesn't require a citizen to offer his name unless he's under arrest, a point confirmed by KHOU legal analyst. Texas has a statute that says very clearly you don't have to identify yourself to a police officer until and unless you're arrested, said Gerald Treese, the dean of South Texas College of Law. I think this photographer guy knew what he was doing. I do want to mention that the Texas failure to ID law has changed since then, so if you're going to exercise your rights, make sure you're up to date on.
This is the issue. I may have to stop it after this because he's probably going to rant, but we'll play it. I don't know. This is the thing. Your rights don't change every 2 years. You're still asleep if you think you're right. The law has changed. Doesn't matter. There's no rights if they can change every 2 years. They were established and final. Let me say it again. Your rights don't change every 2 years. Every 2 years, we get new 800 laws, the new changes to law, all this stuff changes. The 20 that's best, and they pick the weirdest fucking ones that don't matter to nobody on the news. Dissing Channel 6 and all the other news stations in Oklahoma that claim to be locally owned. Channel 9, Griffin Communications. Got to keep that CBS affiliate, right? Ugh. But that's a statute or a penal code. It's not the law. Penal codes can be changed every few years. And once you start consenting to that, because it sounds like it supports the Constitution, they can change it every year and say, you already consented to it, it's changed, boom, we're going to charge you with it. Boom, more revenue. And they're only doing it to generate revenue. That's it. These are administrative law judges. February, they said they're no longer allowed to do this. They're not lawful. The DOJ said that. They're not immune from removal, and they'll no longer be protected by the DOJ. And that the government needs to stop going to bar association activities. They're under litigation too for constitutional violations. Now that we've made this shit so massive that the federal government and the Supreme Court's responded and said we're correct, You get, oh, how dare you, we're scared now. I thought we were, but all the Jewish attorneys, lawyers, whatever she said, all the civil rights attorneys were Jewish. We were here to help you. And no, we had no rights. We ended up being goy slaves at the hands of Jewish civil rights attorneys. If you know what that word means, civil rights. So yeah, it was the Jew. Yeah, they admitted it. She admitted it. We'll play the clip later, maybe. She admitted it. Let's move on.
Any current changes in the laws. My failure to ID charge was thrown out and I did not have to reappear in Galveston. However, I still had some unfinished business, so I returned to confirm if the detective's name was left off the fallen officer monument statue, which was confirmed. My attorney, Kervin Althofer Jr., caught wind of the incident and sent a demand letter to the city of Galveston, which settled quickly for $20,000. I guess that's not bad for one night in jail. I do have other incidents that are very similar to this, so let me know if you guys want to hear more about those stories. Until then, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.
I seriously can't continue to do this. You see this? This is a lawyer out of Tennessee. Show me where they use the term you in any criminal code. They don't. They use the term person. Go read a criminal code instead of playing make-believe. Now, I'm going to lay some stuff out for everybody, and you tell me whether you can comprehend what the law is saying. Not what I say, not what he says, okay? Tennessee attorney. We start when we were all baby, not what he says, okay? Tennessee attorney.
He's got a bar in Tennessee. Jim Deaton. Studied political sciences at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Come on. The bar members or former bar members standing up. Come on.
We start when we were all babies. Now, Title 20, Code of Federal Regulations. Who can be assigned a Social Security number? Persons eligible for Social Security number assignment. We can assign you. All right, this is the only code that I am aware of that uses the word you. That means it is codified in the law to refer to one thing. That is a United States citizen. You can be assigned a Social Security number if you are a United States citizen. And Title 15, United States Code 4724, the term United States business means a United States citizen. Social Security Administration issues a number to a United States business. Now, are any of these babies United States businesses? No, but the law says that a number is issued to a business. Who is that business? That business is the birth certificate. And that business is issued a Social Security number, and that business is legally referred to as you and your. Now, in your criminal code that you are referring to that refers to persons, the person those codes are referring to is this person. The law is explicitly clear. If you will just simply go and read it. No man, woman, or baby, or even a human being can be issued a Social Security number. A business can be issued a Social Security number. That business is legally referred to as you and your. Now, what is the one thing that all criminal prosecutions and criminal charges have in common? This. How do they identify the person charged on the court order or in the charging instrument? They use a state identification or a driver license. And if you read the law, it is explicitly clear that the person named on a birth certificate and the person named on a Social Security card cannot possibly be the person named on the driver license or state identification. Further proof, if I walked in your office with 5 young men and lined them up, and I handed you a birth certificate and a Social Security card, the 2 forms of identification that are required to get a picture identification or a driver's license, could you use a birth certificate and a Social Security card to identify which one of those young men it applied to? No, because it is not an identification for a man, woman, or child.
I read somewhere on the website it even says that Social Security cards are not for identification purposes. And other people showed me that too. After that, oh, by the way, I thought, oh yeah, I didn't know if that was still a thing or.
Child. Birth certificate is documentation that a business was created and a number attached to that business. All you need is to use a little common sense deduction of what is being said in these laws, in the legal language. Come on, man. I'm a 9th grade dropout. He is college graduate. How is it that I can read the law, but you cannot? Come on. I seriously can't continue to do this. You see this? This is...
So Oprah just got my latest video taken down from Instagram. Insinuating that she was a pedophile.
Oprah? Oprah? Girl. Girl.
I guess we have to have the mic on for this. Her Leadership Academy investigated November 1st, 2007. Oprah Winfrey listens to a question during the video news conference Monday, November 5th, 2007 from an undisclosed location. Winfrey answers questions about the arrest of a former employee of the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for girls in South Africa on charge of abuse and sexual assault.
Too bad for her, I know the law. And unluckily.
People standing up, let's go.
Creative works, including my song, directly fall under free speech. So, I'm gonna post it again. All of you are pedophiles, pedophiles, pedophiles. All of you are pedophiles. All of you are pedophiles. Fuck you and I so. All of you are pedophiles, pedophiles, pedophiles. All of you are pedophiles. Fuck you and I so. All of you are pedophiles, pedophiles, pedophiles. All of you are pedophiles. Fuck you and I so. All of you are pedophiles, pedophiles, pedophiles. All of you are pedophiles. Fuck you and I so. All of you are pedophiles, pedophiles, pedophiles. All of you are pedophiles, pedophiles, pedophiles. All of you are pedophiles. Fuck you and I so. All of you are pedophiles, pedophiles, pedophiles. All of you are pedophiles. Fuck you and I so. All of you are pedophiles, pedophiles, pedophiles. So Oprah just got my latest video taken down from Instagram.
Okay, listen up, Morty. Listen up. Are you listening? Because look, Grandpa's about to give you the sauce. You're gonna want to take notes on this one. Now, before you engage with any official, be it a magistrate or policy enforcer or whatever, you want to ask for their oath of office, their delegation of authority order, and their bond information. Why? Because you want to make sure that they are who they say they are. Just like they're what is asking you for identification when you're sitting right there. So, if they cannot produce these documents, then they're impersonating an official. Now, I'm going to give you a code and a statute that you can use to tear their ass up in court. I hope you're ready for this one. Let's dive in. Here we have 18 U.S.C. subsection 912, officer, or employee of the United States, and it reads as follows. Here we go. Whoever falsely assumes or pretends to be an officer or employee acting under the authority of the United States or any department, agency, or officer thereof and acts as such or in such pretended character demands or obtains any money, paper, document, or thing of value shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 3 years or both. So as you can see, if they don't give you this information or if they refuse, they're pretending to be an official. And a lot of them don't even have it. Let me show you something else. So, here is one of the templates that you can use when you're creating your munitions to send out to these agencies so you can be first in line, first in time, so they can't say that they didn't know. You gotta let them know how you're operating. Of course, I would change all this up into my own words. Why? Because you don't want to have plagiarism. You don't just want to copy and paste everything. You want to really know what you're saying and what you're sending out. So, take a screenshot. And join the trust. You already have all this complete. You're gonna be walking into 23 different live recorded Zoom sessions and munitions, trust credentials, plates, all of it, remedies and all that. So message me and I'll send you the details. So to wrap it up, it's very important for you to ask for these.
So you know how you go down these certain rabbit holes and there's no coming back. You take the red pill, no coming back, especially politically. Currently, they're lying to us about most everything. And then you accidentally trip and fall down these rabbit holes about this old world. And then you realize that they are lying to us about everything.
Welcome to Kailasa Temple. This place is absolutely mind-blowing. Constructed in the 8th century by King Krishna I. 8th century puts this around 1,200 years old. This place defies modern history, archaeology, science, logic, everything. This place, technically, if you're a logical person, doesn't make sense and it shouldn't be here. How crazy is this, man? This is this is carved out of a single rock. This is nothing like any other temple on earth. Brother, this is like any other temple, right? They start at the bottom, they lay out the foundations, they get everything nice and square, nice and perfect. This is carved from the top down. This is basalt rock. This is harder than granite and marble. This is an extremely tough compound of stone. And if you look up what tools they had, as we all have been taught 1,200 years ago, they had hammers and chisels. So that's correct. What you're looking at has been hammered.
Okay, listen up.
So you know how you go down these certain rabbit holes?
Brother, this is like out of a single rock. This is nothing like any other temple on earth. Brother, this is like any other temple, right? They start at the bottom, they lay out the foundations, they get everything nice and square, nice and perfect. This is carved from the top down. This is basalt. How crazy is this? Is nothing like any other temple on earth. Brother, this is like...
She didn't think she had worms, but she did the cleanse anyways. Look at the mass of rope worms she released on her last day of her parasite cleanse. They were holding on for dear life. If I were her, I would definitely be doing another round to make sure to eradicate the eggs as well. She didn't think she had worms, but she... She didn't think she...
Signing with failure to exercise due care, guilty or not guilty?
Before we can proceed in this matter, Your Honor, is there evidence of authority of claim or jurisdiction in this matter?
What's your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty of failure to exercise due care?
Your Honor, I don't understand. Isn't there a matter I've raised that still needs to be addressed about jurisdiction?
Just have a seat, sir. We'll come back to you. Come on, man.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let me get that back to me. So So, I've got a failure to exercise due care. I'm guilty or not guilty?
As I said, before we can proceed in this matter, the state or the city has not produced evidence for their claim of authority or jurisdiction for this court.
So you are not going to cooperate with the court?
Your Honor, I object to that. I am here, I am appearing, and I don't understand the charges in this matter. There is no evidence of jurisdiction. If there's evidence of jurisdiction, could you please place it into the record?
Let's see. What I'm going to do, Mr. Murphy, is dismiss this case. The officer's not here to testify, and you're not willing to cooperate. So we're just going to dismiss.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
The following is
You always know it's serious when your boy has to whip out the fancy mic, okay? And I'm gonna apologize in advance because you may never look at jerky the same way. I sure as hell don't. So remember how I told you that the devil and his friends use lots of food words constantly in emails in context that made no sense? Pizza party and cream cheese being top ones? Well, there was one food word that these people seemed to obsess over more than any other one, and that was jerky. Now, this could just be because maybe he was a jerky enthusiast and just couldn't get enough of it. I don't know, rich people are weird sometimes. Well, let's read some of these examples together. How about we do that? All right, so this is from Francis Derby to who knows. Good day to you both. Just checking in to see if the jerky situation has been sorted out. Last we spoke, you plan to have rich beef FedExed to Paris. Just so we're all on the same page, the jerky is shelf stable and can travel without refrigeration. And then we have Karina Shuliak asking Francis, JE is asking to bring him more beef jerky on Friday. Are you also flying on Friday? If not, I would like to collect it from you and take with me on the plane. Now, we don't know who this is from, but it's to the devil. Jerky will be with me when I get to ISJ. I can come tomorrow and take care of white tuna if you'd like. Now, we don't know who this is from, but to the devil again. Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, roughly 2 pounds, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt it was more important for you to have the jerky, to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave for LSJ, and some of that will then go to Steve and the next to you at LSJ when I arrive. This one is from the devil to Steve Hansen. Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky? Now, I'm not a big jerky guy, but do you normally analyze your jerky? Ready for this one? From Francis Derby, subject jerky. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. JE said he was going to start eating regular food again. Regular food again. So he might be eating less jerky. That said, he has 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer for the next trip. Is beef jerky not considered regular food? And do you normally, it might be eating less jerky. It might be eating less jerky. Regular food again. So he might be eating less jerky. That said, he has 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer for the next trip. Is beef jerky not considered regular food? And do you normally freeze it? I actually have no idea. Delicious lunch, beef jerky. Mmm. He would get pissed when he didn't have any. Hundreds of these emails about jerky. This I thought was super odd. It's a picture of jerky. It was in the files. The FBI thought it important enough to take a photo of just one piece. But if that's not weird enough, that picture and file is no longer on the DOJ website. They deleted it. It's just jerky. Now, you might be wondering, who is Francis Derby? Because I thought the same thing. Well, not only was he Epstein's personal chef, he also owned an exclusive tiny little restaurant in New York City called The Cannibal. I fuck you not. Francis was even featured on Hallmark's YouTube channel. The video's still up, where he showcases how to make his famous cannibal burger.
We are back with Chef Francis Derby. He's the executive chef of Cannibal.
All right, this is where I lean on you guys. Am I nuts, or are you seeing and reading what I'm seeing and reading? You always know it's serious when your boy has to whip out the fancy mic, okay? And I'm gonna apologize in advance because you may never look at jerky the same way. I sure as hell don't. So remember how I told you that the devil...
Avery, I got pulled over. I got pulled over and I don't know what to do. He asked for my license and registration, and so I gave him that, and I gave him my insurance card, but he said that that my car doesn't have insurance. Like, that my car is not attached to that policy.
Oh.
Why don't I have insurance on the car?
What were you doing to get pulled over? Were you speeding?
I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I wasn't speeding. I was just driving, and I was coming back from the grocery store, and I saw him there. I made sure I wasn't speeding. My lights, I didn't need to have my lights on because the sun's out.
Yeah.
I literally was not doing anything wrong. I don't know why they would just, like, pull me over, but they did.
Shit, that sucks. Good luck.
And now they're saying I don't have insurance.
Yeah, that makes sense though. Yeah.
But, like, isn't that illegal to not have insurance? So, like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, probably.
You're in charge of paying the insurance bill. Why don't I have insurance? Why is that car not insured?
I took you off the policy. Actually, I
Why
took that
did you
car
take me
off
off
the
the
policy.
policy? Why?
Because I found out you're cheating on me.
Okay, so then you have... Okay. So
Yeah.
you found out I was cheating on you.
Yep.
Which, we can have that conversation later, because obviously it's a conversation that's going to need to be had. But instead of just coming to me like a real man, instead of coming to me like a real man, you just removed my car from the car insurance policy.
Yes.
That's so fucked. You don't understand why... Like, does that not make sense to you? That's fucked. I would never do that to you.
Oh, you would never do that to me,
that,
but you would cheat on me?
Whoa.
There's a lot of disparity there.
I mean, if I found out you were cheating on me, like, we'd have a conversation about it, but until you could get on your feet on your own, I wouldn't just start kicking you off and shit. I'd have the decency to have a conversation with you first. We can go back and forth on why I cheated on you. Bottom line is it's your own damn fault that I cheated on you. You couldn't step up and be a man like I needed you to, so I found a man who could. And that's not my fault. That's your fault, because you didn't fulfill your responsibilities as a fucking husband.
Oh, there she comes. They always
That's on you, not on me.
Well, good luck with your car. They're probably going to tow it.
No, I'm telling them right now that you're gonna put me back on the policy. I don't know why the fuck I'm off.
All right, well,
but you're gonna put me
good
back
luck
on.
with that.
I'm not dealing with the stupid bullshit.
Why are y'all like
Hopefully
this?
it's not state trooper.
Go fuck yourselves, Avery. Honestly.
Okay.
You are so inconsiderate.
All right, bye.
Avery, I got pulled over. I got pulled over.
He's like, I'm gonna blow straight zeros. Okay. I don't give a. You ran a red light.
I ran a red light? Is that why I'm being pulled over?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Which light are we talking about?
The one at Lowe's going north on 355. I'm not here to argue. I need driver's license registration, please.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Where are you coming from?
Where am I coming from? I'm coming from Monrovia.
Anything to drink tonight?
Have I had anything to drink tonight? No, sir. I have not had anything to drink tonight.
Sure.
100%, yes.
What's your name?
He looks like I'm not gonna dox nobody, but he looks like somebody that had a bunch of like fucking seltzers. That's not alcohol, bro. That shit baby juice. What the fuck, bro? But no, this nigga Blue's like, you expect him to be like looking for the bitches. I have no homies riding with him right now, so we're gonna get his ass. Nah, dog, this is crazy. We can't even have fun no more on a night. Running a red light? Did he hurt somebody? Did he hurt somebody? Y'all guys that desperate? Anyway, he blew zeros, right?
Totally sober. My name is Levi. It's the same one on that registration card.
Okay.
Yeah, everything on that is the same. Everything on that registration card is active and current, as you can see. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have you step out on field sobriety real quick. Make sure you're sober, good to drive.
Well, I'm not going to perform my field sobriety, but I will step out of the vehicle. I don't have a problem with that.
Why won't you perform field sobriety?
Why would I? Why would I give you probable cause to take me in? Do you think I'm DUI?
I already have probable cause to take
What's
you
a
in.
DUI?
What's a DUI?
Well, no, what is your probable cause to think that I'm under the influence of alcohol right
Driving
now?
behavior, speech patterns.
What about my speech patterns?
It's not something I'm going to get into right now. Do you want to perform field sobriety or no?
Well, no. Why would I give you that? Because
okay,
if
then I'm going to take you to jail.
Go right ahead.
Okay, turn put signs on your bike.
You think that I'm DUI right now? This is insanity. I can't wait till you take me into Frederick County Sheriff's Office and you take me in, and then I blow on your.
I got one tonight.
I blow on your. I'm going to blow on your actual test, and it will be completely sober, sir. I'm going to remain silent at this point, so thank you.
That's fine. So what's going to happen now is you're going to be read your advice of rights through the MVA, okay?
Thank you.
Do you have anything on your person that cut, stick, or poke me?
No, officer. I have nothing that's going to harm you.
Okay.
Stick you, poke you.
Open your mouth for me. Lift your tongue. Up. Yep. Okay. Any piercings, dip, or anything that I've missed?
I do not have piercings, and if you ask, do I chew tobacco?
Yeah.
No, sir. I do not chew tobacco.
Okay. This could have been real easy, man. If you had anything to drink, it would have been real easy. But you insist on going down this path, so that's fine.
All right. I have a cell phone in there.
Oh, we're going to tow your car.
You're going to tow my car?
Yeah.
Okay. That's insane. Okay. Just want to reiterate for the record, I am stone cold sober. I have not had anything to drink. I have not taken any drugs.
You're not giving me a chance to exercise that. So based on my observations, I'm going to take you in.
Well,
and if you want to blow zeros, that's fine. We're still within our right to tow your car.
I mean, I hear what you're saying.
Do this investigation, okay? Even if you blow zeros, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Your refusal for the test gives me probable cause. Okay?
Listen,
All right,
I do hear what you're saying.
So you want to continue to argue it and tell me how smart you are, that's fine.
I'm not arguing with you, sir.
You are. You know that every single thing that I've done. He's like, I'm going to blow straight zeros. Okay. I don't give a
I see, brother, keep going, don't tell you to stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
They don't care if you blow zeros, folks.
This just says you have 0.00 alcohol in your system. So there's no alcohol in your system. That's all this machine was reading for is alcohol. I already knew that.
He's like, I'm going to blow straight.
3 words. That's all it takes to make.
Hello, my name's Jason. I live at 1776 Boulevard. We're here to talk about tonight.
Excuse me, Jason?
Yeah.
What's your last name and what's your address again?
My last name is Jason We the People, and my address is 1776 Boulevard.
What city?
Freedom City.
Freedom City in what state?
Michigan.
So I know you're making all that up.
Yeah, 100%, because I don't have to tell you anything, because it's my Fourth Amendment right. You know what that is?
According to
I think you need to learn the Fifth Amendment right. I don't care about your article. According to Article 6, Clause 2, you're trumped.
According to the rules of the city council, you have to give your name, your proper name and address, or you're not allowed to speak.
So do you think your bylaws trump my constitutional rights? Because that's the way it's looking here. You think your little bylaws here trump all these people's constitutional rights. Remove me so I can sue the dog shit out of the city. Do it, because I'll make sure you don't get no data center. Try 42 USC 1983, baby. That's my middle name. You want that name too? Now, back to this Fifth Amendment's takings clause. You can't use no takings clause, Einstein. Guess what? That's for public use. You understand that? You know what public use is? Sure ain't a data center. It's a park, an old folks' home, something like that. It's the Fifth Amendment. It's really not that complicated. You should look into it. By the way, how does it feel sitting up there being a Benedict Arnold to all your people out here? Not one person supports this. How about this? Everybody up here's been asking who supports the data center. How about this? Who don't support the data center? Any other questions? Is there any other questions? Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see this one together. What remedy do you have for the forever chemicals? You don't got none. So now you're poisoning our land. Is there any foreign money involved in this? I'm pretty sure there is. Ain't Whitler in some hot water over there? Also, non-disclosure agreements. Bad news. I want everybody in this room who lives here to FOIA request every single non-disclosure agreement from any council member, mayor, anybody in this city. You need to FOIA who has one. You won't be able to see what's on it, but you'll be able to see who has one. And then at that time, we got a real conflict of interest, don't we? I think we would. Next thing, who are you having come in here that's putting these underground generators? Oh, you're not. You got these big old power lines going in right now that everybody's talking about. What's that? I mean, have we already made our minds up? Huh, seems that way. Well, anyway, here's your people. Have fun. Hello, my name's Jason. I live at 1776 Boulevard.
Nobody cares until you're famous. Watch.
I've always got a flight and my plans to live. They ain't plan for me. The biggest and the best, me get down to see. Never miss a day, you don't know when it's your lucky one. You start now, you can be rich when the summer's done. I'll never fool my whole life like Ramadan. I drop bombs every day, here's another one, boof. Killing with massive success. If I don't do the work, I'll be second at best. I've done 10 sets and I've got 100 reps. Maximum work and a minimum vest. I'm following that max and my treasure full chest. Leaving this city just so I can get a breath. It's really the creative bringing up my best when it comes to making money, but on that test.
Nobody cares until...
Big news.
Trump's name appears... Was that? Dude, thank you so much for bringing that up, because I was just about to do my jokes like regular style. Well, why did Biden release it? Biden's dead, dude. Biden's been dead, okay? It's fine. You want to be like retroactive and be like, why didn't Ronald Reagan release them? Like fine. Epstein's been around for a long time. Honestly, I agree. When you look at the files, bro, it's left and right in there. But the fact that you have to yell that out right when I say Trump's in the files 5,000 times kind of gives me a suggestion of who you're simping for. You know what I'm saying? If you couldn't wait till I finished my bit to say that, it's like, bro, I know he's your boy, but God damn, he's in the files quite a bit. You know what I mean? That motherfucker is in there, okay? Trump's in the Epstein files? No, Epstein's in the Trump files, dude. I think... First of all, you don't even know where Biden is. He could be dead already. Like, that's it. Probably in a coffin somewhere. We're out here retroactively, well, why didn't fucking Biden? He's in a fucking coffin, 6 feet under, mentally in a coffin for like the last 10 years. Now, either Biden or Trump's health is good. I mean, really, we should stop electing old people who have... Like, what is with us in electing old dudes who get too close to children? You know what I mean? Like... It's disgusting. It's absolutely f***ing disgusting. So what matters is, what's that? Dude, I welcome it at this point, please. You don't understand. I am a good comic. I've been doing this for 20 years. I put out material that I think a lot about, and it does really well on social media, but nothing of my work does better than when someone interrupts my shows and says some dumbass shit. I swear to God, it elevates me to a new level every time, so please do not hold back.
Why the... Nobody talking about how they just removed this Simpson episode. Watch this clip very carefully.
Helen, you promised cheap car insurance. Due to people ditching their car insurance en masse, we have...
Just like that. Look. Why they 300? Fuck him up. He fucking him up. Why this? I'm telling you, like, bro, GSP sweet, bro. Don't let this shit fool you like, oh, they got this and that. They got the... Man, beat it. If you're not L City, man, you can get away from these niggas, man. I'm telling you, he gonna get away. Look, hold on.
Look at you. You look great.
Thank you.
What do you got there?
This is a gallon of PCP.
Wow. A gallon.
Yes. Yeah.
That's illegal, right?
Yeah, it's a felony.
It's a felony.
Yes.
Wow. And here you are with it anyway. That is... Wow, I didn't even know it came in liquid form.
Science.
Whoa, so, do you do a lot of PCP?
Got a gallon.
I guess you do.
Yeah.
Wow, so what do you do?
I work in an investment firm downtown. It's mostly like property acquisitions.
Huh. That sounds successful.
What do you do?
I work at the Binko's.
I don't know what Binko's is.
It's a office supply store type thing.
Secretary stuff?
But a gallon.
Yeah.
Here you are with a gallon. Wow. Man, do you still see Candace?
No. She passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. How long ago did that happen?
About 4.
About 4 years ago?
No, PM.
4 p.m. As in today, 4 p.m. It's 5 o'clock now.
Yeah.
So that was recent. What happened?
I was at my dealer's house.
Uh-huh.
I was buying the PCP.
Of course.
And I didn't have enough money for all of the gallon.
It's my understanding that you've agreed to speak with me today.
I have not agreed to that. I was going to ask what's happening here right now and what are my rights as it relates to what is happening in this room right now.
Well, no trouble whatsoever. I can explain that. It's totally fine. I'm what's called a drug recognition expert. Someone's highly trained to be able to tell impairment from things other than alcohol, drugs, controlled basis substances, medications, things like that.
Yeah, so what's your background?
What's my background?
Yeah, your background. You said that you analyze people and you recognize to see whether they're under the influence of drugs specifically?
Yes, sir.
So what's your background that gives you the ability to be able to do something like that?
11 years patrol with the state, and then I took not one but 2 different classes with the state police in charge of DRE recognition.
Like a college background? Or no?
It's not a college course, no.
Not a college course. But you did take some sort of, is it through the state of Maryland?
Yes, it is.
State of Maryland program, okay.
Yeah.
And you got certifications in being able to do the kind of activity that we're doing here in this room right now?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, very cool. Very interesting.
Yeah, it actually is very interesting.
So, and you've been on the force. Are you're state police?
Yes, sir.
State police,
So I'm not, I do have to read you your Miranda rights.
My Miranda rights, yes, sir.
Because what we're going to be talking about is going to dip into things that could potentially incriminate yourself. Give me 1 second. Do you understand these rights that I've read to you?
Yes, I do.
Do you agree to speak with me?
At this time, I'm going to exercise my Miranda rights and also my Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution, and I'm going to assert that right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you very much, officer. Do you have anything else for me right now?
Not at this moment. No. I mean, if you don't want to do the DRE eval.
Well, I mean, I am going to actually. You read me those rights. Those are my rights. Yes.
Yes, of course.
And I'm going to exercise them.
Okay.
As I'm sure that you respect or you would understand.
I'm not going to ask you anything. It's my understanding that you.
The number of the beast is not 666. That's a translation. That's the number. The cross swords, Bismillah, which means in the name of Allah. This is what he saw. It was Aramaic. The Bible's written in Aramaic, not English. So we look and we go, 666. No, that's what he saw. XLFS. If that doesn't shock you, I don't know what will. Who is Lucifer? Lucifer is a translation. If you check the Hebrew, check it when you go home, Bible.cc. His name is Hallel, which Aramaic is halal. It means crescent moon. What's on most of your food products today? Halal.
I don't see that where I'm at. I see a lot of kosher stuff that he doesn't talk about. He's not dissing the Jews, he's blaming the Muslims. Even though the modern Muslim religion or modern variants were created by the Jews.
Whatever this spirit is going to own the food chain. And none of you are going to be able to buy or sell unless you got the mark.
And it's from the Muslims. Yeah. The Muslims are taking over the world. They need to get out. I keep hearing this fucking bullshit. Let me tell you, all the food products here at the house, Jew. Doritos, Jew. Pepsi, Jew. You go to the restaurant, they don't have Pepsi, or they don't have Pepsi, they have Coke. It's usually actually the other way around. I said it backwards. Coca-Cola, Jew. Fanta, Jew. RC, Jew. So all the Coke, all the food. They're all right. Well, I'll just buy herbal supplements at Walmart. Too bad. All the herbal supplements, Jew. So how come when it's all Jews that run everything, these people that I'm an Arabic Jew, because he don't sound Muslim like at all. I'm an Arabic Jew pretending to be a Christian pastor, And he goes, knowing all that, being viral as hell, these people are being planted to go, it's the Muslims. No, it's not. They work enslaved like us here in America. I don't think it's the Muslims. I don't think anybody believes that garbage anymore. Why are y'all defending the Jew? Why are y'all projecting the Jew culture they brag about in their newspaper? Abortion, murder, rape, poisoning the goyim, killing the goyim. That's Jewish culture. We can't even cook for Jews. Yet you'll see Muslims eating the goy slop.
The name or the number of the beast. The number of the beast.
He's not going to be president. He is not, Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Take it to the bank. Okay. I guarantee it. All right.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump. That's not going to happen.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red capes.
On that note, Tom.
Take it from me. How about that?
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
And we better be ready for the fact that he might be leading the Republican ticket next. I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on.
Sorry to laugh.
Next.
Which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones, right now, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, just last week, he confirmed to the National Review that he is again considering a run in 2016.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. Donald Trump will never, ever be president of the United States.
I got it.
Donald Trump will never be elected president of the United States.
Boosie killed 9 people, went to trial for 5. Used a 16-year-old to kill 5 people, and this kid didn't make over $50,000. He paid $2,000 per hit. And people saying God on his side. You're a damn lie when he got a 15-year-old doing life in prison. And by the way, I helped work on that law to try to get this kid out. It's called JLWOP, juvenile life without parole. I went to Washington, D.C. over 4 or 5 times. We got it abolished, but you know what? They didn't make it retroactive for the boy Boosie used. So that's why this is personal to me, nigga. Why he picking on Boosie? Because I fight to get Marlo Mike out, nigga. He'll die in there as a baby. Nigga was 15 years old with 9 bodies. He went to go tell because he couldn't sleep at night. Boosie sleep good at night because he didn't pull the trigger. That baby can't sleep, nigga. Are you throwing your pool party? That baby had 9 bodies, nigga, at 15 years old. And y'all got more mercy for Boosie. And this nigga still rap about what he is, being on death row. And he cried, he was in protective custody. Bit Boosie a hoe. Why I want to get him in the boxing ring and punch on his diabetic jaw. Boosie killed 9 people, went to trial for 5.
Oh my God.
Used a 16-year-old to kill 5 people, and this kid didn't make over 50.
He makes some valid points. He does have like a conscience, you know. It's stuff that he can't stand, even though he's a weird ass snitch ass nigga. I don't like Charleston White, but damn, I'd buy a ticket to watch them two go at it, bro. I'd stream it live here at the house, even. I don't care. I'd react. Fuck out of here, bitch ass host. Like what?
Watch this.
There's a picture in the museum in the Louvre. I don't know how many of you have ever been there. The picture is called Checkmate. The devil.
After going through the devil files for almost 2 weeks now, I'm not sure what's up or down anymore. Today I want to share some of the strangest things I've seen in these files. And we're going to start it off with a banger. This disgusting video that was found in the devil's camera roll. What's on his face? I could throw up. This is the devil in flesh. Now, some of us have basements underneath our house. Well, he has a trap door that leads right down into the ocean. Yep, this is not on a boat or a yacht. This is off of his living room. Now, why he has this and what he uses it for, guys, I can't Can't go there because God only knows. Speaking of his home, I find one of the creepiest rooms to be this quote-unquote dental office. Now, apparently his girlfriend is a dentist or was a dentist, and they use this room to allegedly fix the teeth of some of the young victims. Apparently he wanted them to have nice smiles, liked nice teeth. My question to that would be, then why didn't you sit in the fucking chair? Like, look at the creepy masks on the wall. And I have a strong feeling this room was not used for dental purposes. This next shit, you guys, cloning and designer babies are talked about in emails over and over and over again.